What's up, print fam? Today we are taking a look at the Logojet printers that were at Printing United. So this was filmed a few months ago. It was in October. It is currently February. We actually now have the Logojet here at the shop. Take a look at their new printers as we go over kind of the specs, the details, and whatnot. Big shout out to firesprint.com though for sponsoring today's episode. They do large format, wholesale, trade-only printing. So if you don't want to have to deal with the headaches of owning, managing, and operating big equipment like this, let Firesprint do it for you. Check them out and use the coupon code DNSCure to save 10% off your first order. What's up, print fam? Welcome to the Logojet booth. It's a video you guys specifically requested, and we're going to show you around their two new printers that are a large format printer, and then we'll also show you their little ones that are geared towards kind of the cottage industry / promotional products. They have two that have been their most popular, the 40R Plus as well as the 90, which the Plus does 18 by 24 and then the 90 does 24 by 36. Got a video that I'll link down in the description that we did last year, but let's go show you the printer. So this is the UVX 40R Plus. This is the 18 by 24. You can see on the wall that it is a $38,000 printer, CMYK white and varnish. One of the cool things they're actually printing right now, a cylinder, so you can print tumblers as well as do flat objects. I like this option just because it allows you to do a single yard sign. So if it's something that you want to get into, being able to have the option and not have to laminate a board or use adhesive vinyl, then it's a great way to be able to print 1, 2, 10 yard signs versus outsourcing it. And then around the corner here, we've got their little bit bigger one. It's their 90 printer, the UV90R SE. This one is a $60,000 printer. It has the same features, it's just a bigger bed. So it allows you to print multiple yard signs, multiple tumblers, all at the same time. Again, you can get it in CMYK, white, and varnish. And now we have done an interview-ish style thing with some of the people here that introduced the new printers. So we'll head over to that. They did say that was not in the video. They've got their roughly 3x6 printer that's right here. It starts at about $100,000, and then they have their 4x8. They said was closer to like $150,000, $175,000. Big difference between their new printers and their old printers is their old printers are like bag/pouches. Their new ones are bottles that you can just refill. You have two new printers, 3x5 and 4x8. Tell me about the 3x5.
The 3x5 is almost a 3x6. We are very proud to announce that it's not as small as the other models that we see in the market. We push the limits a little bit so we can get almost a 3x6.
It'll print edge to edge. The big thing that I notice is it has more clearance than most printers do, right?
Yes. Normally, printers get up to the head gap, that's what we call it, or the head distance, head height is around 2 inches. We almost get here 6 inches, which is 150 millimeters.
And then what ink configurations does it come in?
So we have multiple ink configuration. With this one, the one we have right now here, process color, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black, and we have one print head assigned to white and another print head assigned to varnish to create a special varnish effect that you will see later on the samples that we have.
Right.
We also can have dual white, can have varnish, and also another head to incorporate a primer channel for improve the addition in some materials.
So your other printers are like not a cartridge, but a bag-based system.
Yes.
What type of ink does this use?
It's UV ink, but we distribute this ink in bottles, 1 liter of bottles.
Okay.
And it has soup tanks on the carriage, so all the ink in this machine is loaded over here. We have the ink tanks, and we have the ink level indicators at the bottom. The ink runs from here to the carriage, to the soup tanks at the carriage. We had a vacuum flatbed, we have a ping out media set. I don't know if you have seen that, but basically when we are loading materials, we get these ping outs out and we can place where we want.
So registration bins
Yes.
to help with alignment.
And we move it out, and we also have 4 sections of a vacuum bed in this machine.
And what power is it? 3-phase?
2-phase, 220, 40 amps.
Okay.
It's up. We work really hard to get it into a better or friendly electrical connection.
So a vacuum bed, pin registration, multiple configurations as far as ink, a high clearance. Any other thing that maybe sets this apart or is special about this machine?
We call it like a wet
capping?
Wet capping station. Basically, let me see if I can show you something here. Oh, okay. You see that? It's a pneumatic movement over there, and it's dripping in on the conveyor there just to keep the nozzles open. It's a very reliable system. We're using Konica Minolta heads, 1024, more than 10 years of experience in the market. We know they are reliable.
And how is the maintenance? Like, is it a daily cleaning? Does it have auto cleaning, auto purging? Like, how does that side of it look?
When we are starting at the day, so that the machine is running on 24/7, but it has a battery power, a pump, and connection for to keep in the heads and the nozzles dripping in a little bit every certain amount of time. It's hard to hear it, but you will see this button lighting up like a beeping when it's doing the process.
Right then.
Okay, that way it keeps all the nozzles open. Before the day, start the day, we should purge in a little bit, wipe the bottom or clean the bottom with these papers. We run the nozzle test pattern. If everything is fine, you're ready to roll. And by the end of the day, you should do the same.
Got it.
We have great experience using this machine more than 8 hours by day. As much as you keep printing, they are fine. Actually, what we're doing right now is not the healthiest thing, like having a needle.
Right.
It's not the ideal condition for these machines.
This is the Luna.
Mm-hmm.
So roughly 3x6, and then you have the 4x8.
Yes.
Is there any main difference between the two besides just size?
Size and power. And I would like to show you that one.
Let's go.
Okay. What you see on the floor was printed with this machine. Okay. It's a representation of the maximum printable area, which is 4.9 feet by 8.2 feet. So it's in the industry, we normally say it's a 4x8, right? But we have some inches more to be able to fit more material or have room to play with a printing edge to edge. Covering.
So that's where, like, the Luna is the small one.
The Luna is smaller, and the Terra is the entire board. The same board that we have hanging over there. I forgot about the max weight. I have to say it in kilograms because I forgot in pounds.
We'll throw it up on the screen.
60 kilograms and 100 kilograms here. 220 pounds in this one. If I can distribute the weight evenly over the printer bed, that's the max weight.
So, like, what type of object have you seen would hit that weight? Like
some heavy material, like for example, you see the boards that they are cutting with the CNC machine over there, right? This is a very thick board that we
like heavy wood.
We can have a door lay down there and customize a very nice design without having to apply vinyl. Right. To the door. It will print it perfectly fine. I don't know how much you can with a big heavy door, but can fit there. So that's an example. Also, this one, the Terra, because of the size, we couldn't go to the 6 inches, but we did it to 3.97 inches. It's 100 millimeters. We have more power because the bed is bigger, so we have more engine for the backing bed. We have the same options, the media set, the wet capping station.
More vacuum zones, still has the pin registration, yes. But really just bigger, faster, same configuration, yes. Availability.
In terms of print engine, it's the same print engine for both of the printers. It's the same print heads, but we have the option here because it's a bigger size to print faster. In efficiency, this is more efficient.
So as far as placement, like, do you need access to all sides of the machines, or can it be put up against the wall?
We recommend to have at least 3 feet in hand because there are some electrical panels in the back that are needed to have access or in doing maintenance or setting up the machine. Also, we use external air connection, 100 PSI for both of them, same power, 220, single phase, 40 in.
So with this being a bigger machine, I know your smaller machines, you typically just mail them and sometimes do like an online. Does this come with an on-site install?
Yes,
it's still something.
3 days on-site, 3 days on-site. Also, right now we're offering Wasatch and Onyx rates, well known in the industry for the flatbed minis.
Both out of my home state, Utah.
Yes, exactly.
Any other features that we should know about the tuning printers? So it's the Terra and
one of them has the ionizer to reduce the anti-static from the materials. In our smaller equipment, it's well known that the user has to wipe the material, has to use anti-brush or something that will remove the static. In these big machines, we incorporate the ionizer over there to prevent that to happen. And also we have some anti-collision system. It's a flap that is under the carriage. Is something happen with the material that lift a little bit, can scratch the heads or hit the heads, it will stop the machine immediately.
Like, is the head height, you manually set it, or is it?
It is automatically set. I can show you with that one if you want to see it.
That'd be great.
Because that one is we can do it here. Rob, when you do the head gasket, this to show them over a board will be easier or good if you see it here. Where you see these two arrows is where it will get the front out to check the head gap. So let me move this. So I'm trying to find a spot where these two and these two are crossing, and that's where I will check the head gap or the head height.
So can you also just manually set it?
Yes, it can be manual setup if you already know the gap that you are trying to bring. For example, this is already know that is a 5.5, so we don't have to go all the time to do this process. And you can have different head gap here, head distance to the material, and you calibrate for that distance. For example, if you need 2 millimeters, you just need to recalibrate or align the printer for the 2 millimeters. So you see the process, it will go over the area where we had to tell him to down gap set. There is a prong, and you were able to see it on there. Okay, you see it stopped. Now it knows where it is, and it will set 1.3 millimeter of that distance. One additional feature all this machine has, or most of it has, is the laser curtain or light curtain. So we have it right now disabled because we're in the middle of trade show, but all the machines has a sensor that will prevent to have a head or a hand meanwhile the machine is clean. When you have a lot of print experience, you need it. But when we have new users and you don't know who will be the end user of the machine, where it be, you don't know who, it's better to have it on. So right now it's off. You see here immediately the safety sensor is off.
So you can turn it off yourself. Okay.
Yeah. You need a user code, a special code, so admin code. You don't want the operator to turn it off if they're not well trained on the machine. So the thing is, it stops the carriage immediately, and it makes a big noise.
So, like, say the carriage does stop, whether it's a strike or you go into the zone, can you restart the print?
No, it failed. It failed by itself.
Like, can you restart where it was, or it fails the break?
No, when it's for the sensors, it literally shut down the printer. So disconnect the boards that runs all the electronics to avoid any future damage or any. So if you trigger that sensor, it's because it's an emergency. That's how we think about it.
I think that's all the questions I have, unless there's something else you want to
we're
clarify.
Happy to receive everybody here in the trade show, and thank you for coming and let us be part of that.
Thank you.